Alrighty, the time has come, the moment of truth, where we will not invade the public, but we will try the peaceful way with truth. Proof. The darkness of the continent, let's see.
Shall we store your weapons at the villa, as usual?
Let's do that, because my next battle will be in the Senate.
Are you sure? What makes you think you can win a battle of words against Lurko?
I'm good with words, and this time we have evidence to support our claims.
Certainly, but keep in mind he has enough evidence to condemn all of us as well. Even if we can destroy him and get him exiled, it may well cost us our own lives. Are you ready to pay that price?
I can, but I can't make that choice for you.
You would question our resolve. Of course we will follow you, like we have followed you until now.
Slow down. What if I don't want to be part of a potential murder trial?
Does that mean you will not come with us?
All I'm saying is I would like to at least be asked.
We have faced many battles together, but it takes real courage to face certain death.
There is no need for this kind of doom and gloom. We can convince the Senate. Let us not base all our plans on the worst possible outcome.
This is the right thing to do. The gods shall favor us. Are you with us, Calada?
Of course I am.
It seems you have reached a decision.
Let us disband the Legion beat us. I have to get ready to present our evidence.
Very well. For a moment I had my doubts about you. For that I apologize.
Right. Let's go celebrate that we all made it back alive. First round is on me.
Now, let's see how the game turns out. I mean, last time we fought our way through. Res Publica. Blame on the people.
You can't defend yourself on an empty stomach. Eat up.
My belly will burst if I eat more.
A wise choice, Domine. Too much food induces sleep, too.
Now that you're back from another war, what do you want to do next?
We're not done yet. Loki is still consumed.
Precisely. We can't afford to underestimate our opponent at this stage.
Wise words, Sineros. We should be careful indeed.
Kikero and I will meet you in the Senate tomorrow morning to prepare for the trial.
Speak as if your life depends on it. In many ways, it may.
Now we have dialogue options. I see, so this game has real consequences. So, this is definitely a game for replay. Options. Episodes. There's a game you can play 3, 4, maybe even 5 times and new cool stuff will pop up. Let's see, Claudiana.
You look concerned.
What if I lose? What will happen to you then?
Children should never have to worry about their parents. Worry only about yourself. I'll be fine.
We're so close to avenging my father's death.
That monster tore my family apart. Killed my husband and my dearest friend. I just hope they make him suffer.
Sineros is getting old. Perhaps we should release him after the trial.
That is a lovely thought, dear. But I'm not sure what he will do if he's no longer our Servus.
There's a lot about wine. He might stay and take care of the vineyard.
That's a lovely thought.
Will you be there at the Senate for the trial?
I don't think so, dear. Somebody needs to run the house, and I need to prepare a feast for our guests.
What feast?
The grand feast we will have when you triumph in front of the Senate.
Take care of yourself, Mother. Marcus. Yes.
What's on your mind?
I think we will succeed.
Your cause is just, and I believe we can convince the Senate. However, our opponent is devious. That worries me.
What do you think Lurko will do when he loses?
I worry. that he will not obey the will of the Senate if the result fails to be in his favor. Will you obey the Senate if you lose?
Also, what question is that?
A rhetorical one. I knew you would give that answer.
Is it even possible to win the trial against the sitting consul?
If it were not, our republic would be doomed. Those with the greatest power must be under the most exacting scrutiny. But to answer the question in the spirit I think it was asked, we have Cicero on our side, the second consul. This sort of situation is precisely why there are two.
Well, I'll see you at the Senate. Okay, so Quinctius Aquilinus.
It is a good day, my friend.
Any particular reason for your cheerful demeanor?
I've been thinking. You've done the right thing by not crossing the Rubicon with the Legion.
Well, I was tempted, but a good friend of mine brought me back to my senses.
It's the right choice. You'll see.
Where's Calida and the rest of the guard?
Calida was a bit preoccupied. She's concerned about Corvinus. You know that sneaky bastard is still unaccounted for.
What if the Senate favors Loco?
They won't. The Senate is a virtuous and wise institution. They'll see the truth of the matter.
He has a belief of the Senate. It consists of old men with egoistic interests. You think Cicero's help will be enough?
Cicero is probably the best advocate in the Republic, and he's the consul. But what do I know? I'm just a soldier.
Trust your bothering arms. Besides, Cato is as much a soldier as any of us.
I hope you're right.
You should get some rest. Tomorrow's trial will require you to have your wits about you.
You're well versed in politics, but be honest now. Please, do you think we will win?
Those who try to predict the future will only make a laughing stock of themselves. Those who are prepared for all eventualities win in the end.
Wise answer. I just wanted to tell you how glad I am to have you by my side.
It was not only my duty, but my pleasure as well. Your father made me promise to take care of you, no matter what. Looking at you now, I can only feel pride. I just wish your father were alive to see these days.
What will you do after all of this is done?
I've been through much, but I have to admit, these days I feel old. I think I want to see my homeland again. To tell you the truth, I feel like I'm ready to die. It would be nice to see Halicarnassos again first.
Of course. I will personally accompany you, if you will.
Thank you.
Let's talk later. Alright, do we have any Oh. It's a real house. We can look inside. Okay. I guess that's it. Dialogue options for us. Nothing to do here except attend the trial against Consul Vitellius Loco. Let's see how that one pans out without us dominating everything with the entire Legion at our backs. It's not the wisest of choices without talking to Pompeius and making sure this convenience is not a problem.
We will have order in the Senate now! Debating the clarity of the augury will not be productive. The consul himself stands accused. Nothing could be of higher importance. Any other relationes shall be set aside. The result of this relatio again shall be decided per discessionem, and before the sun sets. You may continue, consul, but please refrain from delving deeper into matters completely unrelated to our discussion.
Naturally. May I restate the necessity of using my actual title, Dictator, instead of Consul?
But you're not dictator anymore, are you?
Do you even know what Dictator in Perpetuo means?
The Legatus has a point. Your title was granted for a limited time in order to solve a crisis. Even though the time has not passed, we can certainly say the crisis exists no more.
I beg to differ. The crisis has evidently not passed. It has merely changed context. Allow my colleague Senator Antonius to display with clarity how unprecedented and absurd this relatio is.
Dear Senators, first let us consider the source and the spirit of the regulation that allows us to appoint a consul to the position of dictator.
Oh dear. One seemingly interminable speech later.
And yet, despite all this, we somehow ended up here accusing the very man who was tasked with the prevention of this crisis.
Thank you, Senator, for this detailed and above all long explanation of something we all knew. Our memories have been thoroughly refreshed. If that will be all, we will finally discuss the evidence presented against the consul. Let us consider the preponderance of indications suggesting your involvement in the Mithridates affair years ago. At the time, you claimed to have no knowledge of your brother's corrupt and treasonous activities. But it is clear now that this wasn't entirely accurate.
I do not like what you're insinuating. My brother died for his crimes, if you remember. Do you mean to say that he was wrongly accused?
The evidence was clearly pointing at your involvement. You merely diverted the attention of the court.
And what did I do to divert the attention of the Senate? Kill my own brother? Tell me, Legate. Do you have any other far-fetched theories?
I admit, the accusation is rather weak. It implies the Senate can be fooled, and that the consul used fratricide to merely distract people. Do you have a counter-witness, Dictator?
I am the most important counter-witness here. Let me tell you my side of the story.
A few hours later, and that's it.
Therefore, you cannot connect my activities to that war. In fact, it is fair to say my alleged relationship with Mithridates was only in the service of Rome.
Somehow, fair wasn't the word that came to mind. Shall we perhaps talk about the infamous invasion of Egypt?
Infamous is the correct word for it. The Legatus ignited a war in a land that was already a province of Rome. He brought chaos and terror to Africa.
The way I see it, he installed law and order, and saw to it that the rightful queen of the people now sits on the throne.
I must protest. This is highly unusual, having a foreign ruler comment on our internal affairs.
And you involved the pharaoh in our affairs when you had him murder the proconsul of Africa.
And I suppose we have to take you on your word for that accusation too.
Of course not, because that's where I come in.
We're listening, Queen Cleopatra.
Of course you are. Now I shall tell you how your dictator redirected taxes paid by our people into his coffers, and how he managed to get both his accountant and proconsul murdered in the process.
A few hours later.
A chilling account, Your Majesty. Thank you for your testimony.
Once more, I must direct your attention to the utter lack of credible witnesses. Neither this legendary ledger nor the fictional accountant who wrote it are anywhere to be seen.
Then explain your presence in Alexandria at the time of the battle. Why would Ptolemy, who at the time was waging war against Rome, be on friendly terms with you?
I was trying to clean up the diplomatic mess created by your legatus.
I serve Rome. I am no one's legatus.
Interesting how you just tried to cast the legatus as a foe. He was, of course, serving Rome at the time, and his campaign was declared bellum justum et pium by the Fetiales. let us end by discussing the recent campaign against the barbarians of Gallia. You did kill members of the dictator's Praetorian Guard, didn't you, Legate?
Rightfully so. I only regret not doing it myself. It was they who attacked the legatus. They were slain in self-defense.
Will we listen to prisoners now? This man is a barbarian. He will say anything to save his skin.
The absolute no. Vercingetorix has been given no promises in exchange for his testimony. He knows his life is forfeit.
Even the doomed still hold out hope of mercy to the end. We cannot trust this man to tell the truth.
Conclusions will be drawn by those who desire them. We are listening to you, fallen king.
Then I shall tell you how this man started a war between Rome and Gallia purely to make himself your ruler.
Another testimony is given 2 hours later.
So you accuse the consul of Rome of falsifying a cause for war?
My people had no intention of attacking Rome. I had everything under control, until he came. So much blood was spilled for the ambitions of one man.
Thank you for your contribution, fallen king. Lictors, return him to the dungeon.
I see Senator Antonius has something to add.
Oh, right. I thank you for this opportunity to talk about the history of foreign leaders being represented at the Senate. First of all...
I think it's just an hour-long lecture. Wow.
Once again, thank you for your detailed explanation of this important issue, Senator. Shall we finally proceed to decide now?
We certainly shall not. The sun has set and a decision was not reached. I believe this relatio is to be declared undecided.
We can continue tomorrow. What?
Under normal circumstances, a decision has to be reached by sunset. But in light of the overwhelming and damning evidence against the dictator, I believe this relatio deserves a proper decision. We reconvene tomorrow at sunrise for the final decision. This shall give the dictator a fair chance to defend himself. One final time. This session is at an end.
Let's wait until everyone has left, so we can talk to Kikero in private.
I admit I was rooting for you, but you really did defend your case excellently. Tomorrow's hearing will be a formality. You've pretty much won.
What you're doing is quite admirable. I did not expect anything less, but it still warrants praise. A lesser person might have been tempted to use their legion against Rome. However, I want to be certain that you understand the gravity of what you've done. You have murdered the Praetorian Guard of a sitting consul. There may yet be consequences.
Their deaths were unfortunate but necessary. I hope the Senate will understand.
The Senate is made of men. It is as moral as the people who inhabit the building.
I think the risks themselves are irrelevant at this point. The Senate has been convinced of Lurko's guilt.
Despite his futile stalling, you've made it clear to everyone that Vitellius Lurko's war in Gallia was nothing but a power grab.
He wants to abolish the Republic and call himself Emperor Lurko.
It serves no purpose to speculate about his motivations. All that matters is that the Senate has been convinced.
Perhaps a greater number of witnesses is needed.
The consistency of their testimonies is more important than their numbers.
The Senate has the right to stop listening to witnesses if their opinion is already formed. I believe it has been. And it is strongly in our favour.
If only we could finally prove that Lurko killed my father and Lucullus.
It's best to refrain from mentioning these accusations unless we can prove them. Compared to the level of treason implied, the murder of 2 Romans seems trivial. Should he repeat his accusations of murder, It is my hope to use precisely this argument to shield you from them.
What do you have there?
Food for the Legatus and his friends.
Let me have a taste.
It's for the Domini only.
My Dominus does not eat anything until I've tasted it.
Well, all right then.
Delicious.
That's odd. I haven't ordered any food to be brought here.
There is no eating in the Senate.
Selios, spit it out.
Oh, excuse me. I feel dizzy all of a sudden. There is an odd taste to this food.
Sit down if you feel unwell.
I can't.
Selios.
Breathe.
Attacking Rome was the right choice. It cost us Selios.
The food was poisoned. Where did that sower go?
We must get him to a physician immediately.
Stay with him. I'll get help.
Armed men have entered the forum.
We brought your weapons.
Oh, man. He's dead. Lurko. I shall skin your back and lay you on salt. I shall feed your cock to street dogs.
Mol! Grieve later, Bestia. They're here.
He actually... Yeah, attacking Rome was the right choice.
He's still alive. Make sure no one escapes.
Slow and steady, people!
It's over, then.
Corvinus! That honorless piece of shit! He got away!
Your mother is alone. We must hurry. Knowing Corvinus, he will either go there next, or he'll send someone for her.
Selios, is he?
He's dead.
Rest well, old friend. I will never forget your loyalty.
I'm sorry. He was a good man. My friend. Your mother.
He tried to take hostages.
Meet us in the Regia when your family is safe. Our dear Pontifex, Maximus Aurelius Cotta, will be good to have on our side.
We have basically already won. This attack represents a clear legal victory.
Marcus, this is not the time.
Cereals. We need armor. Mask of Marcellus. Oh. Well, I killed our friend. We shall not show our face until all of them are dead. Upon killing any enemy, you turn another random enemy into an ally for one turn. What? Doesn't affect leaders or major characters. It can only happen once per turn. Well, that is interesting. Okay. What? Princeps. Scipio Africana. Okay. We need Primus Galea. Bestia Target. Scipio Africanus helmet. In focus, yes. You know that helmet, no. You won't, we're going to give him a real helmet. Let's change. Let's have gear. And her gear. Oh, there it is. 1, 2, Princeps, Roman Galea. Righteous name. And Cineros is dead. Damn it. They will pay their lives. And yes, she will die too. Attacking Rome would have been the right choice.
Short arrows. The guards were attacked from afar. We may be too late.
They killed everyone. The villa is burning! Most of them already left. There are still 4 in the garden.
As my mother.
She sought shelter in the study, just like last time.
Have you seen Vitellius Loco?
The consul himself? Certainly not.
No, these bastards are leaving this place alive.
Should I inform the authorities?
Run to the Senate. It's safe now. Cicero and Cato are there. You must tell them what Loco has done.
I shall run as fast as my legs will take me.
What a sight. How long do you think it'll take to burn down?
It'll burn long into the night. That's for sure.
Should we be worried about it spreading to the adjacent buildings?
Nah, that's not our problem. I'm more concerned about the proprietor showing up to put out the fire.
That posh prick already lies dead on the Senate floor.
Dispatch these murderers.
We really caught those thugs off guard.
If they expected mercy, they should not have started fire here.
Your mother is trapped in there. We have to get her out. Use the water from the fountain to douse the flames.
Everyone, fill your water jugs from the fountain. We have to keep those flames at bay.
Oh dear. Okay.
We will not let the villa burn. We did reduce the fire to 20. Oh no, it's 40. Oh, okay. Oh dear.
We did it. The fire is put out.
Come on, let's check on your mother.